Welcome to Twisted Kitchen, where we things up. Ta-da! Welcome to Twisted Kitchen. This is a super sassy Sunday with my friend Susan. She's our first guest on the show, and we're going to celebrate today. It's Sunday. We're going to be doing brunch. We're going to be doing a salmon bread pudding with waffles and curing our own salmon with some beet and lemon. To start things off, we're going to celebrate with it. All right, we're gonna cure the salmon with some beet and some salt and some sugar and some lemon. So I'm gonna have Susan do that.
And what am I doing?
Oh my God, that's our waffle iron. Okay, so we're gonna cure the salmon, and it's equal parts of salt, sugar. We took one beet, and we grated it. We beat it. Okay, so I'm gonna clean the salmon while you grate the lemon, get the zest. So one piece of salmon still has the skin on. And I'm going to just go down through the meat of the salmon down to the skin. Okay, and then I just pull the skin with the salmon. Of course.
See there.
Yeah, we'll do it this way. All right.
Look at that.
Susan has a bagel truck called Locke Street Bagel. She sells great bagels, great eggs, great coffee. You go see her in the morning. That way.
Best darn bagels.
Right there. All right. In the bowl, mix all the ingredients together: the salt, the sugar, the beet, and the lemon.
Oh.
Quick, you're on a timer. So do the beet, and then do your lemon.
Got it.
Okay, so what this is going to do is we're going to put the salmon in here after you mix it around with the whisk. And we're going to let it cook for 2 days. And what this does is it draws out all the moisture. The beet gives it a nice color, and of course lemon and salmon go well together.
So pretty.
You just want to take the salmon and then incorporate it all on top. There you go. And that is it. It's simple. Then we're going to cover that and put that in the fridge.
And how long does this stay in the fridge?
This will stay in the fridge for 2 days.
2 days.
Next, the waffle batter. So Susan has the batter ingredients right here. Some eggs, some cream, and we are going to be using pancake batter. Oh yes. Ooh. Buttermilk pancake.
Ooh. So
I'm chopping up some dill and some thyme. This will go really well with the salmon.
how much time do you have on your hands?
Oh my God, it's that kind of show. It's a 2-drink minimum. Okay, so we're going to add the herbs to the batter. And you're going to mix that in for us.
Look at that.
All right.
Yum, yum.
And while you're mixing, I'm going to add a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. So most people think waffles are a sweet thing, but you can actually make a savory one like this, and you can serve it with steak, chicken, pork, whatever you want. Some barbecue chicken and waffles. I mean, there's all kinds of.
Who would have thunk? Savory waffles.
Savory waffle.
I've only ever had.
Only on Sundays with Susan.
I've only ever had plain Jane waffles.
Got a little bit of lemon juice from one lemon. All right, a little bit of lemon juice. The waffle iron is ready. It's been beeping, saying use me. Okay, while she's making the waffle, I've already made some ahead of time so that way they can cool down and we can chop them up for our bread pudding. This is going to be our pan for the bread pudding. While she's finishing that, I'm going to add some salt and pepper to the bowl. And I'm going to add some cream and some eggs. We're going to mix this together. Let it set for a couple minutes. And the cream and the eggs are going to soften up the waffles just a little bit so we can make our bread pudding. As I pour the cream in, why don't you crack me some eggs? All 4.
All 4.
All 4. More champagne.
4 by 4. More champagne.
So now mix it through. And while she's mixing that through, what I want to do is I want to add a little bit of my roasted garlic. I do a lot of this in a lot of my recipes. I roast it off in a little bit of olive oil, keep it in a container in the fridge, and then I just take whatever I need and add it. It's a lot sweeter than raw garlic, and I tend to use this a lot in my recipes because I can mash it up into a paste.
Oh.
Yes. We're going to show you how to mash. Just mash like that. Easy. Let me move in there. You can smear that around. Smear it. And now we're gonna let that sit for 5 minutes, and while that is marinating in the eggs and the cream, we're gonna take another piece of salmon and rub it with salt and pepper, and then chop it up and put it inside here with some goat cheese.
I took one makeup and modeling course when I was 13. They taught me how to open a door.
What did the waffle say to Salmon Head? Get ahead in life.
Susan's had a little too much champagne.
She's only had 2 sips. Our waffles have been sitting in cream and eggs, salt and pepper. I'm going to have Susan squeeze up yet another lemon and squeeze it right on top of this. Okay, so cut that up. All right, while she's doing that, I'm going to take another piece of salmon and I'm going to season this with a little bit of salt and pepper, a little bit of oil, and then we're going to chop it up in cubes and put it right in there with a little bit of goat cheese.
You're going to take that, chop it up, and put it right in the bread pudding?
I am.
I've never seen that done before. Twisted is right.
So, salt and pepper, and then we're going to chop it up and just put it in our bread pudding. All right, so while I put the salmon in, go ahead and mix it.
All right.
So we get everything well incorporated. All right. So I have an oven on at 350 degrees, and then we're gonna bake this for about 45 minutes. Wait, sorry, one more thing. Goat cheese, amazing.
Delish.
All right, spray the pan, coat the bottom and the sides.
In the pan it goes.
I'll hold this,
All right.
scoop it in. Let's turn that around like that. Now push it down just a little bit. So it's just nice, gives it a nice firm. You can see that the waffles are still holding their shape, but
Yes.
they've gotten just a little soft.
Mm.
Right.
But you can still see the cubies of them.
I know.
So cool.
It's amazing.
Well done.
Now we're gonna put this in the oven, and we'll see you back in 35 to 45 minutes.
What temperature?
350. I said that before. So I have an oven on at 350 degrees. Yeah, I said 350.
Okay.
Can I lick the spatula?
No, I wouldn't.
Cheers.
Cheers. The salmon bread pudding has been in the oven for about 40 minutes at 350 degrees. So I'm letting it just rest for a second, but while we're doing that, we did the salmon with the beet and salt and sugar mixture earlier. This is what it looks like. So I'm just going to take it out and rinse it off.
Matching
So-
hat. Matching sweater. Oh,
Look at that. Oh!
it's a beautiful thing.
All right, so look at that color. This is my sushi knife.
Look at the inside.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this because it's hot and cut myself out a little square. While I'm doing this, why don't we'll grab the salad. Okay, you're just going to drizzle a little bit of olive oil on top. I'm going to start garnishing plate. We have some fresh currants, some gooseberry currants. Just a little bit of salad on top. This is brunch after all.
Pièce de résistance.
And we'll just lay this on top. There you go.
Wow.
Salmon bread pudding with goat cheese. A little bit of beet cured salmon with some lemon. Moment of truth. Yes, all right, good. Super sassy Sunday with my friend Susan. Thank you for coming by.
Thanks for having me.
I just want to say if you like this video, subscribe. There you go. My cured salmon with beet and salmon bread pudding for brunch. Twisted! See you next time.